All of this should have been for me, Philly said to herself, feeling better. Soon, the MC called up Prince Canto and his wife, Princess Whitney, to the stage. The baby was wheeled in a golden baby's cot and everyone cheered. The party was in full swing and everyone was enjoying themselves. Philly felt bitter as she saw the love in Canto's eyes as he looked at Whitney. She wanted to be Whitney so badly and was determined to see her cry. Long ago, there was a town called White Town. The town could only produce a daughter once every 10 years. Philly happened to be among them, and that made her an original daughter of the town, and she was betrothed to the prince. However, the prince wanted another girl, Whitney, who was 10 years younger than her. Whitney was also the town's original daughter, and she was the one born after Philly. However, she got jealous and tried to harm Whitney, and she was banished from the town. Philly and her mother, Didi, roamed around the bushes, desperate and hungry. I can't believe someone like me has been reduced to this. This is all your fault, mother, Philly complained. You mean your fault? How can you let a small girl defeat you? Now you have been banished, and I'm sure she'll be getting married to the prince while we have become wanderers, Didi said. So what do we do now? Philly asked in confusion. Just then, they heard the sound of footsteps and they stood in alert. What's that? Didi asked in fear. They hid behind a big tree and saw a farmer approaching. Philly heaved a huge sigh and waved at him. Hello, over here, she said. The farmer noticed them and walked towards them. We are lost. Can you please help us? Didi pleaded. Who are you and what are you both doing here? The farmer asked curiously. My name is Philly and this is my mother. We thought of moving to another town for a better life, but now we are lost, Philly said. I shall help you. Come with me, the farmer said and directed them to the next town, which was called Aral. It was a colorful town and Philly and her mother loved it immediately. By the way, my name is Tubia, the farmer said. Thank you, Tubia, Didi said. So what plans do you have? Tubia asked. Philly and her mother looked at each other and scratched their heads. Tobia realized that they had nowhere to go and offered to let them stay in his house. He fed them and gave them some money to buy clothes. Philly and Didi loved the town. Everyone was friendly and happy. Due to the soft life they lived in White Town, they didn't feel the need to work since Tobia had provided a place to stay and also food and shelter. They got very comfortable and didn't see anything bad living off Tobia, who didn't complain about anything. Some years passed and they continued living in Arrow Town. Soon, news got to Didi that Whitney had married Prince Canto of White Town. She was very angry and she went over to Philly's room. Philly was lying lazily on the bed and admiring herself in a hand-sized mirror. Do you know that Canto and Whitney have gotten married? Didi asked. Seriously? Philly asked, sitting up. Yes, it's been 4 years and he has finally married her. While we are stuck here with this clown called Tubia and living in his dirty house like a pauper, Didi lamented. Wait a minute, she's 19 and that means on her 20th, she has the chance to conceive. What if she gives birth to an original daughter of the town? Philly asked and began to panic. There is no way that would happen. An original daughter was not born after her. Who knows, maybe her birth comes with a curse, Didi said. What should we do? We can't let her have a happily ever after, Didi said. Revenge is a dish best served cold. I know exactly what to do. It's hard, but you're going to be patient. I trust you, mother, Philly said. Tobia had accommodated Philly and her mother for years, and he felt it was time to let her know about his interest in her. He had the intention of marrying her, but Philly was very disturbed about the fact that Tobia is a farmer. There is no way I'll let you marry a dirty farmer. You were almost queen and now you'll be a farmer's wife? No way, Didi said. You are right, mother. I'm too beautiful to be a farmer's wife. Philly agreed. Exactly. You deserve the very best, Didi said. Another year passed, and Didi got the news that Whitney had a daughter, and surprisingly, it was a girl. A town's original daughter giving birth to another town's original daughter was history. Didi was confused. I don't understand. After Whitney, an original daughter wasn't born, and now she gets to give birth to an original daughter. She is so lucky, Phyllis said. Well, not for long. They are organizing a masked party to celebrate the birth of the princess, and we will steal the baby. Didi said. Still Whitney's baby? How? Remember we're banished from the town, Philly reminded her. But it's a masked party and this is the perfect opportunity. Didi said. How are we going to do it? Didi asked. We'll come up with a plan. Don't worry. Now get ready. We have a party to prepare for, Didi said. The day of the party came and they lied to Tubia that they would be going back to their town for some days. He gave them some money and they got clothes, ready to go to the party. They got a ride till they were at the outskirts of town. Then they went to a nearby hotel to change into their party outfit. I'm nervous, Phyllis said. Don't be. Our plan will be carried out perfectly, Didi said. Philly and Didi stepped into White Town and they were surprised about the development that had happened. Everywhere was looking much better. Didi had earlier contacted a loyal maid in the palace. She had always helped Philly in the past, especially when they accused Whitney of stealing the king's pen. The maid had gotten them the invite and sent it to them. They entered the ball, which was filled with different types of distinguished guests. All of this should have been for me, Phyllis said to herself, feeling better. Soon, the MC called up Prince Canto and his wife, Princess Whitney, to the stage. The baby was wheeled in a golden baby's cot and everyone cheered. The party was in full swing and everyone was enjoying themselves. Philly felt bitter as she saw the love in Canto's eyes as he looked at Whitney. She wanted to be Whitney so badly and was determined to see her cry. Soon, the baby started to cry and Whitney took her in to feed her. Philly saw a message from her mom telling her to leave the palace immediately. She was surprised, wondering what was going on. She hoped everything was going well, but she had no choice than to trust her mother. She left the palace immediately and went to the outskirts of town. Soon the old town became dark and Philly became scared. She began to cry because she hated the dark and was outside alone. After a few minutes, the lights came on and she heaved a sign of relief. She got a ride and went back to the hotel, pacing up and down nervously. The door suddenly opened and Didi walked in with a child wrapped in a cloth. You did it, Phyllis said happily and looked at the baby. She had nice blue eyes like Whitney and also beautiful skin. This baby is so beautiful, Phyllis said. But you must tell me, how did you do it? I paid some people to mess with the power supply and with the help of your maid and a palace guard, I managed to steal the baby, Didi explained. Where did you see the money to pay all these people? Phyllis said. I stole it from Tobia. Quick, we must leave. I saw my old friend at the party and she offered to take me in. You must lie to her that this child is for you. They both went outside and got in a cab. Philly gave a wicked smile. She was glad that now Whitney would never know peace and would be in constant pain, knowing that her daughter is out and exposed to the unknown.